Okay, today on the Cowbridge kitchen we are going to make a classic cream of mushroom soup. Dead simple, dead quick. All we need is a few ingredients. I'll get over on the stove. Got the ingredients here. Let me show you what we need and what we need to do with them. Okay, so we've got a few mushrooms. We're going to want about 500 grams of mushrooms. We've got a mixture here. You can use any mushrooms you like. I'm just using plain button mushrooms. Got some chestnut mushrooms in the middle and some shiitake mushrooms on the end. We're going to want 1 leek, 1 red onion and a couple of cloves of crushed garlic. And that's pretty much it. It's a few other little bits and pieces. So we'll get all of these prepped up now and then we'll show you how to get it together. Okay, so like I said, you want about 500 grams of mushrooms, so I'm just going to throw these into the mix here. Just sort of put a few of each in there, weigh it out until we get up to about 500 grams. There we are. There we go, that's around about 500 grams. Not too far off. We'll use all of those chestnut ones because they're pretty delicious. There we are. There we are, 450 grams of mushrooms. So we're going to need them. I'm going to set these aside now for use later on. With our leek, we're just going to trim it and then we're going to slice it into thin slices. And then the same with our red onion. Just going to peel it up and we're just going to dice it. So there we are, they're all sliced up. And with our 2 cloves of garlic now, peeled, knife on top, just smash them up a little bit and they can go straight in the onions. There we are. Set that aside with the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so at the stove we have ourselves a nice medium-sized saucepan here. What we're going to do is we're going to get about 50 grams of butter into that saucepan and get the heat on and get that melted down. Okay, nice low heat, don't want to burn that, just want to melt it. There we go. Okay, so this butter is pretty much melted now, so what we're going to add to this is our onions, red onions and garlic and our leeks, and we're going to get them in there, get them cooking off. Okay, so first of all we get our red onions in. There we go. And then all of our leeks. Going to mix these in now to the butter. Pop that onto a low heat. Cover it and allow it to cook for about 5 minutes. And like I said, we're going to take about 5 minutes. So we just prep up our mushrooms. Okay, so we've got our, I think it was about 400 grams, 450 grams of mixed mushrooms. What we're going to do, we're just going to randomly chop these up just to make them a little bit smaller. Yeah, like I say, no rhyme or reason to this, okay? We just want to get them nice and small. There we are, so they're about that size. So what we'll do is we'll chomp all of these mushrooms up now into little pieces like that. Get them back in there, and then they can they're ready then to go into the soup. Okay, so with our mushrooms all chopped up now, pop back into the container. Take a look at our pan now, because our leeks and onions and garlic have been cooking for about 5 minutes or so. Lovely, lovely little smell coming out of that. So on top of this now, we can add our mushrooms, okay? There's an awful lot of mushrooms here, and this is going to look huge in this pan, but these mushrooms, once they've cooked and softened, they're going to reduce to like half of this. So get them into the pan as best you can. And there's a huge amount of mushrooms in there. Mix that all in to the leeks and the onions. There you go. So while the mushrooms now are basically steaming off in the saucepan there, it's going to take 5 minutes, maybe even 10. We want them to go nice and soft. We're going to make up some chicken stock. Okay, we're going to need a pint of chicken stock, and what I'm going to use is a chicken stock cube. and a pint of hot water, basically. But what we're going to add to that is some thyme. I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons of this dried thyme. But if you want to use fresh, only use the leaves, and it takes ages peeling them off. But if you want to use fresh, you will reap the rewards because it will probably give a better flavour. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use this dry stuff. It'll give a nice flavour. So there we are, our mushrooms have been steaming off now in this pan for about 5 minutes or so, and I've just had a little look at them, and trust me, they've virtually gone, they've reduced it more than half. Let me show you. We are half the mushrooms that we started off with. So what we're going to do now is turn the heat down on that and add our chicken stock with thyme that we made up earlier. A whole lot of that in there. There we are. Pop the heat back up. No need to cover it again. Let that cook for about 10 minutes. Okay, so our soup has been cooking away now, bubbling away for about 10 minutes or so. And it's pretty much ready to come off this heat. So what we're going to do, we've got a food processor here, and we're going to process it now into a puree. It's up to you. You can do this 2 ways. If you want your mushroom soup to have some mushrooms, chunky mushrooms in it, then only process half of it or 3/4 of this. But if you want this fully smooth, no lumps in it whatsoever, then process a lot of it. So we'll whack this in the food processor now, and it should be virtually ready to go. So there we are, let's take this off there. Basically all I'm going to do, I'm going to ladle this soup into that processor. There we are, I'm going to pop this back on the motor. Pop the lid on. And process away. Okay, so we've got our soup poured back into the pan now after it's all been blitzed and turned to puree in the blender. And what we're going to add to this now to finish off is about 100 ml of single cream, and we're going to add a little shake of pepper, a little shake of salt just to season it. Beautiful. Cream of mushroom soup. Just let that warm up now and we'll get it served out. And there we are, guys. Cream of mushroom soup. Let's serve that up. Wow, looks pretty delicious. All we need is 1 crouton, some lovely fresh toast to go with it. Enjoy.